We're sorry, but I know, sir, you seeing Bethany after the few visits you have with her, behaviour has got out of control. Well, that's not a reason, is it?
No, Judge.
Bethany doesn't really seem that bothered. She's a 10-year-old at that stage. What do you mean by that?
She just didn't seem bothered.
She's a 10-year-old. It's not you to assess. Your obligation is to know that as a parent, subject to it not being dangerous, which I do not believe this situation was, to say, you need to see your dad. You need a relationship with your dad. You don't say to a 10-year-old, well, you don't seem bothered about seeing your dad. Now, Anthony, your reply. Do read it to me, please.
Your time has come.
Well, what does that mean? Is that sort of some homage to The Godfather?
I was very angry. I'd only been allowed, I think, 3 visits that had to be supervised by Will. I wasn't even allowed any time with my own daughter, and then they stopped me again.
I'm turning to you now, Will. How long have you been in that relationship?
About 12 years, Judge.
In other words, as far as I can see, you've become dad.
Yes, Judge.
Do you think you've been the best dad over the years?
No.
That's a start. Why not? What could you have done?
Fought a little bit harder for access.
Fought
provided more. Oh, well, look, apart from when I had my accident, there's other times I could.
Now, let's just get there for a second. At some point, you had a very serious accident.
Yes.
When was that?
2010.
About the time she was 10.
Yeah.
Now, as I understand it, that accident was so severe that you were unable to walk.
Yes, I was in a wheelchair for just over 12 months.
Now, during that time, why not get in touch with your daughter?
I had no way of getting in touch.
Why not? You knew where they lived.
They'd moved.
Judge, the line of communication has always been open between Will and Anthony.
I tried ringing, the phone number I had didn't work. Facebook was blocked, and where I was living in a flat because I had to go back to my mum's, I couldn't even get out the flat because they were working on the lifts for 3 months.
Now, part of your reply is that you believe that your daughter Bethany has been told a series of lies about you not getting in contact with her, especially when you had your injury, correct?
Because Tina doesn't want me to have access, I believe she told her that her father just wasn't interested anymore, and I had no way of getting in touch.
What do you have to say about that, Tina?
It's lies. At the end of the day, Anthony, I hold my hands up, I did block him on Facebook. But I've been in touch with Anthony before then because Bethany ran away from home, and I messaged him to say, if she turns up at your house, please let us know. Now, any decent father would have said, now this is well after his accident, I'm on my way, I'll come and help for her. It took him to the next morning to ask if Bethany had been found. We were the parents out looking for Bethany all night.
I understand. And you're very resentful about this. Now, here's the thing. She's now 16 years old and out of full-time education, which means there's no longer any CSA or requirement on Anthony's part to give you a regular income, correct? What's the current debt from the CSA, do you say? You've provided with some evidence. Can I see it, if possible?
Yep, of course you can. There you go.
Thank you. This has been assessed based upon a whole collection of material provided to the Child Support Agency, as it then was. Do you deny that you owe close to £4,000?
I owe some, but not to that extent.
Well, why not?
As Tina testified at the beginning, she said I was provided for the first 3 years. She told the CSA she'd never had a penny off me.
Yes, Will, what do you know about those first 3 years?
Bethany's 16.
Excuse me?
Bethany's 16 now.
Right.
Sorry, Judge, I shouldn't have... But Bethany's 16.
Right.
You know, £3,000 over 12 years.
Your point is, even if the CSA says that he owes close to £4,000, that's a drop in the ocean. It's what you want to tell me.
Yeah.
She's 16 years old. £4,000 for close to 10 years of you financially being responsible for his daughter. Outrageous. That's what you want to say, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Why should you pay for it? Why should Judge Rinder pay for it? Correct?
Oh, I don't mind paying. I love her. She's my girl. You know, she's OK.
You see, that's the response of a dad, correct?
Yes.
I get you. I understand. Your response is that this amount hasn't taken into account the cash that you paid early on.
Yes.
Well, it may or may not.
Can I just say as well, we're not here, it's not just about the money. I'm here for Bethany, and Bethany does want to start a relationship with Anthony, and I haven't got a problem with that at all. She's 16.
Well, you say that you haven't got a problem, and I'm glad that you've brought that up. I've also seen a letter that's been written by Bethany. Did you have any role in her preparing this letter at all?
No, Judge.
Where did she prepare it?
In a bedroom.
Mum and Will have gone without to provide for me, no matter what has happened in our family. They have provided things like school clothes, clothes to go out in, money for school trips. I've had no Christmas presents, cards or birthday presents. It will all have been Mum and Will, so a big thank you to them. I couldn't wish for better parents, is what she wrote. For more Judge Rinder cases, click here. And if you've got a legal issue yourself, get in touch with us by clicking over here.